Hi, I just wanted to pay my rent. If I could get a receipt, please.
We have a credit on your account.
Yes, I know. I'm going to pay my rent.
Okay.
And I would like a
Send this back to your door, though.
No, you will be violating my rights if you do. I have things established, so I have a 2-month safety cushion for myself, which you have taken all efforts to violate my rights by forcing me to spend my rent down to zero, while you commit crimes and manufacture false paperwork and steal rent and accidentally shred checks, which is what saved my ass, is that I am always a month to 2 months ahead as a safety protection for me. And you have been unable to show me in the contract signed between me and you when I moved in here paying my rent a month ahead. Specifically, remember I said, could you tell me what my rent for July will be, because I always stay a month ahead, okay? And there's nowhere in the contract between us that says I can't have that safety net for myself.
There's also
and now,
nothing in the contract that says we can't send your payment back if you overpay.
well, okay, and I wanted to ask you if you could, I just wanted to ask if you could explain these areas here that I have checked and put a question mark there.
Rent?
I'm asking you what those mean.
We're charging you rent.
How much rent?
It's $232.
For the month of June, July, and August?
Mm-hmm.
Incorrect. My rent was $218, and I have the lease to verify that. The rent increase didn't go in effect until September 1st. And the reason why was because I had to chase you around for what was almost 3 months to get you to do your paperwork. And I told you it makes absolutely no sense that Lawrence Park would be willingly losing a rent increase for 3 months because they refuse to do paperwork. So there's a problem there. Just like I said, rent theft. Corporate terrorism and rent theft, racially motivated targeting, retaliation, discrimination, and persecution. And that is where my money is going. And then I'm wondering what those 2 question marks are about.
Okay, so for these, I can change it to the right amount, because you are right, it was effective for
Right, and that would be where my.
Go in manually to change it, though.
Okay, but then that would change that. That explains partially, if not wholly, the missing money.
When you moved in, you made a 1 payment.
Wait a minute, wait. The question marks, no, those were in December. I moved in here in June, way at the bottom of the list there.
We had to move the payment that you made for your deposit to the deposit ledger, so it's being moved to the right ledger. That's what that is. I can change the rent. I'll be right back. We're gonna send this payment back to your door.
Well, then what the problem is, I don't have that 2 month safe. No, you're not, because then you're going to be spending my rent money that is there as a safety net for me, because you commit crimes here. Okay, you accidentally shred and lose people's rent checks and don't tell them, and you manufacture false documentation. Yes, manufacturing false documentation is a crime.
Accidentally shredding a check is a crime?
Well, it wasn't an accident, it wasn't, and the only reason why it got discovered was because I caught on to it and called you mid-month. Then what happened as a result of that? False paperwork was manufactured. Okay, and put on my door 2 weeks after it was backdated, okay? And then late fees have been manufactured. Okay, it's called corporate terrorism.
I'll be right back, Ms. Salem. I'll correct your ledger.
And I need a documentation to verify the correct credit amount. They almost threw the fuck out of you on a personal level, too. Fucking racist. Homeland Security, they think that they don't have to hold up their end of the agreement, their end of the signed contract. This time they do. And it's gonna cost them a whole lot more than it cost me. For corporate terrorism and rent theft. Hi, I don't need to come in. I just want to let you know. I did fill these out last night. DTE is sent. Oh, is somebody in here? No. Oh, DTE is already sending me text messages to my phone, and I can't deal with it today. Maybe the day after.
Okay.
But here's the problem. I filled them out, but because of my dyslexia, I screwed them all up.
You need
And
another copy?
if you could copy them the correct way on a blank sheet, and I got they got a list of month by month activity in one of them, and I got it all backwards. And
I'll place a copy in your mailbox. So when you come back, you have it, or do you want to wait?
the problem is it's hard for me. I'm gonna mix it all up. You know, I got all the information filled out, but I made a lot of mistakes, and that's due to my retardation. And what I'm saying is, can you fill it out using the information that I've already put in there? So the form will be filled out correctly. I have a hard time with these forms because of my dyslexia and brain damage, and everything looks scattered to me, and it is just brain racking. And then I screwed it all up anyways.
Well, I'll give you a call if I have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
Shows that you have interest that was accumulated, so 1 cent. So if the 1 cent was moved to your deposit ledger.
So where is my credit balance?
It's right down here.
Oh, how did it go down? I'm still trying to recuperate the money you stole. Okay, okay, and then yesterday, as of yesterday, it was $462. And now you're telling me my credit balance is $276 because you refuse to accept this. You violated my rights. You're racial profiling and targeting, persecuting, retaliating, and discriminating against me. It's called corporate terrorism, and it's called rent theft. Okay? And you have made my life a living hell. I have held up my end of the agreement, the signed contract between us. My rent has never not been paid. I have 0 lease violations, and the problem is you think you don't have to hold up your end of the agreement. And maybe with all of these other people that don't understand the rights that they don't have in America, I do. And you're not gonna get away with doing it to me. And it's a crime. It's corporate terrorism and it's rent theft. And it is racially motivated targeting, retaliation, discrimination, and persecution. And it's gonna cost you a lot more than it cost me. Now, you're gonna leave me alone, and you're gonna stop the targeting. You're gonna stop the criminal activity. You're gonna stop the rent theft. You're gonna stop the manufactured false documentation. You're gonna stop the manufactured late fees. And you're gonna stop your racially motivated targeting and retaliation in your efforts to unlawfully displace me from my own home. And you're gonna leave me alone to live in the peace and the tranquility of my own home, because you are affecting my life. I've had to all but drop out of physical therapy and chiropractic to sit there and babysit my apartment and or get in front of your crimes or try to go back and recuperate my losses. And I have made every effort to do so civilly, including asking Mr. Collins on 3 different attempts if he could get us together if he could mediate so there can be some communication, and you have absolutely refused all attempts to resolve these problems. So now there really is going to be a big problem. Leave me alone.